one. Action, Coyle. Hello there. Stevie Coyle here at Mighty Fine Guitars in Lafayette, California with the Friday Noontime webcast featuring a single guitar out of the immense collection of guitars that walk into this shop wanting to be sold. It's amazing. I sit here doing my thing and people walk in and say, you know, I'm not playing this guitar. It's bad karma. I'm blowing my karma. Let's sell it. So we do. And there's lots and lots of really great guitars in here, including today. May you ask, oh, hang on a sec. Checking to make sure that we've got signal going out. Yes, indeed. Very good. Today we've got a Bruce Potter guitar. Gentleman from Willits, California. Willits, Ukiah area. You may notice the top is very dark. I did. This is Sinker Rosewood. So many guitar tops are kind of that yellowish, whitish, sprucey color, typically a spruce top. Spruce is a great wood. Of all its various species, it's a great wood because you can make it really thin and really resonant. It can be very stiff and very resonant. Redwood, a lot of people associate with lawn furniture. Unfair comparison, because there's redwood and then there's redwood, and the choicest, sounds like meat. The choicest redwood is the stuff that's been underwater for a long time. Sinker redwood, they call it. Logs that have been underwater for decades, hundreds of years sometimes, and that have absorbed minerals. And when they are dragged up and dried out, all that mineralization is in there to make the guitar, to add stiffness and resonance to the guitar. You can even hear this one. Doom, doom, doom. Oh, I like that. It's a very light guitar as well when I picked it up. Back and sides, Brazilian rosewood. There's something about Brazilian, and I wish there wasn't, but there is. There's something about Brazilian that is just really magical sonically. Whether or not it's straight grain is considered the fanciest, oldest, most wonderful stuff. The curly stuff, where the roots come in, the stump wood they call it, where the roots come in and the weight of the tree crushes down on the stump part of the tree. Fabulous sounding wood as well. Brazilian, in a sense, Brazilian is Brazilian. So let's see, who else here? Come on in, everybody. 3 people are coming in. Very good. Hi, John Reynolds. Nice to see you. Very good. Kind of cutting off my head there. I'm not sure I need to be quite that drastic with the picture. How about that instead? That's going to be okay, isn't it? We'll still see the guitar and hear it. Picked this up a few minutes ago to tune it, of course. And beefy is what we're going back to choicest, aren't we? Meat comparisons, meat analogies. Great band name. Dibs. Meat analogies. But you got to find some kind of analogy for the sound of guitars. Guitars are either louder or quieter. I think everything else is some kind of analogy, simile, metaphor, some kind of comparison to some other realm of experience. This has that, the beef, the heartiness, the bass, the thunder of Brazilian rosewood. Surprising in a guitar this size. If I just had to listen to this, I'd say, oh, that's a dreadnought. It's that big. It's not. It's an OM size guitar. OM and triple O, as you know, are the same body size and are the Martin designations, you know. And generally speaking, although there are intermediate sizes, it's the second biggest guitar you'll find out there for 6-string guitars, generally speaking. This is the kind of guitar that I always suggest to folks that have lots and lots of spruce-topped guitars. It sounds fantastic, but it's different. It doesn't have the sibilance. It doesn't have that zing and sizzle of spruce top, of a spruce top. But it's got something right south of that that's really intriguing. Plenty of high end. Plenty of high end. tell the difference between the treble and the bass. No problem there. I won't, but I could get just lost in just strumming and picking chords and hearing that interesting overtone stack generate itself. Definitely Brazilian. Oh, and you know what I noticed when I was tuning this guitar earlier? I had the back of the guitar kind of up against my body. And then I moved it away. And boy, folks, that makes a difference. As we get older, lots of us get a little wider. But if you can do what you can to keep the back of the guitar away from your body, the back is alive too. And on this guitar, again, listen to this. Doom, doom, doom. Very lively guitar. The back is alive on this one too, so I'm going to some extra pains. Be right there. Sorry about that, didn't mean to yell. Fascinating sounds, really wonderful and different. So if you've got a stable full of spruce top guitars, consider something different, especially Sync or Redwood. What a wonderful combination. The album I did years ago, 10 in 1, thanks for asking, was done a lot on a Coyle backed guitar with a Redwood top. I really love for fingerstyle the sound you get from ostensibly softer hardwood like Redwood on the top and a hardwood on the back, Brazilian rosewood, or in that case, Coyle. Let me read the specs on this and play it for you a bit more. Back and sides of Brazilian rosewood. Soundboard is Sync or Redwood. Bridge, fingerboard is ebony. Bridge is Brazilian rosewood. Headstock is Brazilian rosewood. There's a lot of Brazilian rosewood on this guitar, folks. You're not going to get this guitar in and out of Canada very easily, or Mexico, or Europe. Brazilian rosewood, tough to get through customs. So, but for a stay-at-home guitar, wow. The neck is 5-piece mahogany and rosewood. Let me show you that. A multi-piece neck is not cheating. It's actually a great idea because it helps keep the neck straight in both straight and keeps it from twisting. So a multi-piece neck is good. Nut and saddle or bone. Longish scale, 25.5, a little longer than typical long scale. Go to a 510 tuners. Comes with a hard shell case, $4,375. What the? I must be crazy. The guitar has some thickness to it. I almost hesitate to use that analogy, meat analogy. I hesitate to use that analogy because it might make you think that there's not a lot of high end. There's plenty of high end, but there's this kind of thickness in the high mid-range that's really intriguing. Oh, it's nice. plays great too. The setup is really, really comfy. So anyway, Bruce Potter, it's an OM. It's in Sinker Redwood over Brazilian Rosewood, 25.5-inch scale. It's a wonderful fingerstyle guitar. Not to say you couldn't strum it. Sounds great strummed too, but for that articulation that you want in fingerstyle guitar, where each note wants to be heard kind of individually, at least briefly, before they swirl and combine and saturate. Really interesting. Folks, I've got another Bruce Potter guitar to show you next week. This one, $4,375. Thanks for asking. Folks that are tuning in after noontime Pacific on the on Facebook, if you're looking at this on Instagram or YouTube, do feel free to stack up questions and comments down below. I'll be glad to answer on all three formats. And like I said, another Bruce Potter guitar coming up next week. For those of you in the San Francisco Bay Area, this is hardly strictly bluegrass weekend. So if you can make your way in on Uber, Waymo, if you're feeling brave for driverless guitar, make your way into the park, Golden Gate Park. Starts today, runs through Saturday and Sunday. Lots of great acts. Yours truly will be playing with Marco and the Polos at 1:35 on the Arrow stage on Saturday. So tune in if you can. And also, the stream is available. Check here on my page here on Facebook, for those of you that are not on Facebook at the moment. Check out KQED. I think it's kqed.org/HSB. They're going to be simulcasting from various stages around the festival all weekend. And go to the Hardly Strictly Bluegrass website for other tune-in opportunities that are different from being in the park. But being in the park is just so great. It's been described, I think accurately, as Woodstock for grown-ups. It's great. It's a lovely vibe over there. It's going to be a lovely warm weekend. Bring layers, but be prepared for kind of warmness too, and sunscreen, and stay hydrated, for crying out loud. The weather can play tricks over there on you over there in the park. So be ready for anything, and I'll see you there one time or the other. Do shout hello if you see me there, and I'll shout back. Nice to see everybody. Stevie Coyle here, signing off from Mighty Fine Guitars in Lafayette, California, featuring a Bruce Potter OM, Redwood, and Rosewood acoustic flat top guitar. Fabulous. Down the road, everybody. See you next week. There's my crotch shot.